Hey everyone, it's Tiffany and welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing part 2 of the cottage community build, and currently we're just building up the pond that I said was going to be running through the middle of the whole build. This is on the 64 by 64 lot in Hanford on Bagley, and I'm currently just of course putting some terrain paint in for the pond area so that it looks a little more normal. And now I'm building the bridge, and the way that I did that was I put in a first floor thing and then a second floor, and then I just lowered down the second floor so that it's exactly the height that I want it to be. And then I went through Daniibugg objects and found this like bridge looking thing from, I believe it's Cats and Dogs debug menu, which the cheat that I use was at the beginning of the video, which is just bb.showhiddenobjects and bb.showliveeditobjects, and it'll bring up the debug menu, which is just a bunch of stuff that didn't make it into the actual game, but is what they used to like make the world look a little nicer with like all the furnishings and stuff. So we're just putting in a bunch of like tadpole areas, and then we're going to be using some of the new pond objects with the fish and the fireflies and the mosquitoes and the ducks and all that. And now we're just using a bunch of different flowers and shrubbery and grass and stuff like that to put around the pond to make it more fit with the area around it, instead of just look like a random bunch of water. So we're doing that, and honestly this took me probably like an hour and a half just to do all this. So oh my god, it killed me, but I think I got it to look really nice and make it look a little more put together instead of just a stream of water. So as you can see, I have a bunch of like random cars and stuff. I just put a whole bunch of stuff that I will probably use in one of the next parts to put more decorations around the area. And we're currently building up the townhome area, which is just 2 townhomes put together, and I cut out a majority of the roofing because it took so much figuring out of how I wanted it to be done, and even what it is right now, it's not the finished product of it. But we're just building up some fireplaces for both of the cottages. Like, it's like a cottage townhome type thing. I saw a picture on Pinterest that I liked, and I sort of tried to recreate it but put a different spin on it. So I don't keep those dormers how they are. I use the dormers that I also used for the cafe and the retail store. So I sort of start going back and forth between the little townhomes and the outside, and it just sort of gets jumbled everywhere, but for some reason that's how I decided to work on this build. But I'm changing out the little columns on the edges for the standard get to work ones that I use all the time, or the get together ones. And this fencing is from, I believe it's Romantic Garden stuff, and those fireplace chimneys, I guess, are from the Cottage Living pack. So I had the same trouble that I had in the last video of the chimney wanting to clip onto the roof, so I had to do that whole thing of moving the roof back and all that again. So now we're putting on the windows and the doors around the area, and I sort of cut a bunch of this because I went back and forth on the windows quite a lot, but I ended up sticking to the Cottage Living windows for both of the townhomes, and the doors as well are also Cottage Living. And now we're going to be working on the main townhome, which sort of has like a older couple, sort of like a maybe a grandparent feel to it. I don't know. But I used it to make it look very lived in, I guess is the best way to say it. I used a lot of the cottage living stuff. It's pretty much all I ever used in this build. But you can see in like a few seconds, like almost right here, yeah. So I changed the colors to green because I wanted it to fit with the door, but I didn't like that it was green and blue for the upper cabinets, and I played around a bunch with the coloring of everything until I decided to change this townhome to be the blue townhome, and then the other townhome is going to be the green townhome. So I went through and I changed all of the windows to match everything together, and now we're back into the main townhome. And I just put in a fireplace, and I changed out that couch for, I believe it's a get to work couch, and I used the new chair for the cottage living pack, and I put up a TV up on the fireplace, and I used a tiny living coffee table because we don't have many of the small coffee tables. It's kind of annoying. I really hope we get some more because they're all so giant and they don't fit in many of the small spaces. But now we're working on the bedroom, and of course it's basically all cottage living, and I am kind of obsessed with that dresser. It's so cute and it looks so cozy. But we're just working on this area back here, and the little stool that I put right there is from Cats and Dogs, and the mirror is base game, and the bookcase is also base game, and the rug is base game as well. I believe the little ottoman is from Parenthood, maybe not, I can't remember. But we're just decorating it up and making it look a little more cozy, and I used those gallery wall painting things from Paranormal Stuff, and now we're just cluttering up the bedroom a little bit with some magazine stacks and stuff like that. Now we're on to the bathroom, and the shower is from University, and the rest of it is cottage living or base game. So oh, the mirror is Seasons, my bad. But I used a wall divider from University to put around the shower to make it look like a built-in shower. I've been doing that a lot more because I just think it looks a lot nicer than the showers that we have in the game. So that's what I've been doing. I hope we get some better showers here soon because I'm kind of tired of all of them, honestly. But we're just decorating up the little bathroom to make it look cute and cozy, and we're changing out all of the lights from the standard saucer light that I use to the cottage living. I think there's 2 different cottage living type lights that I used in here. And now we're cluttering up the kitchen again, and then we're cluttering up the entryway with just a little few things here and there, and then putting a stool over there with some hanging plants from Nifty Knitting. And so let me explain this one right here. I was kind of bored of building when I was doing this one, so I was like, okay, let's do something I've never done before. So I made it into like an abandoned townhome thing, and the majority of what I used is from Strangerville because it has a lot of the trash and broken things, and also from Eco Lifestyle because it also has a bunch of trash. And now we are back to the main townhome, and we're putting in a little bit more decorations, and we're about to be figuring out the backyard area for it. So I put in a chicken coop and what is that? I think it's like a candle maker from Eco Lifestyle. And then we're putting in some planter things, garden spots, and some planter boxes, and the bee's nest thing from Eco Living. And then we are onto the abandoned backyard, which I just put some trash and some boxes back there, and then I put a whole bunch of ivy around that area to make it look like it is abandoned also from the outside, instead of it looking completely nice, because I figured maybe the person just that hasn't found somebody to like rent it or whatever. I don't know, it just looked cool in my mind, so I did it. So that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified every time I post a new video. Bye.